Salutations, Queen of Shade here, coming to you just to talk to you a little more. You know, I just got off the phone with my therapist. I have that every week. And we were talking about how I'm feeling and what I'm going through. And the subject of all that's been happening with the DeAndre Cottrell case and the Julian Morris case, you know, it's been really getting to me. You know, and my therapist was helping me to process that. And even more so, why I'm so distraught, why I'm so upset. I keep telling you guys that I'm having a larger conversation with you guys. I'm talking about the plight of the Black and Latin man behind the scenes. A degree is not enough. 2 degrees are not enough. A PhD is not enough. It will not ensure that this black skin or your brown skin will have a job for the rest of your life. And many of us, whether we are degreed up or down, we go into entertainment, the military, sports and athletics, personal care and hygiene, cutting hair, salons, all those things. We go into those things, the food service, customer service. We go into those things trying to look for a way out. And not just a way out, a way to sustain our lifestyle. If you notice, there are plenty of beautiful Black and Latin men that have degrees that work every day. They work their 9 to 5, sometimes 80 hours a week. They all the time, but they're still trying to find a way out. They moonlight in music, or they moonlight in design, or they moonlight in all kinds of other things, because what we all understand is the most valuable thing that we have is not our money. The most valuable thing that we have is our time. Our time. That's what I'm paid for. I have years and years and years of expertise and experience doing what I do. I started singing at 10 publicly. I'm 41, I'll be 42. I know how to use my voice. I know how to sing, you know? But you pay for our time. You know, when you have more money and you have more opportunity, it takes time out of the equation. You can do things quickly, get them done quickly, quietly. No one will even know you did it. No one will even realize that it happened until it happens. And I realized that. But I was talking to my therapist, and I had a lot to say. I talked about my dream job. I have many talents, but my dream job is to be some kind of ambassador or emissary for the United Nations. I want to travel the globe handling LGBTQIAP+ affairs. That's what I want to do. But that position doesn't exist right now. Maybe I have to start it. Maybe I have to create it. But I want to make sure that my community, a marginalized community, is being treated fairly on every continent where we live. There's a lot of things going on in this world. And fame, the way to fame and stardom and rapping and singing and all that acting, that's not a sure way either. So many of my babies have had to give their bodies to be burned, if you understand the analogy. Literally, and got nowhere. An infomercial here, an infomercial there. Nothing huge, nothing substantial, nothing that's going to allow them to be able to live and take care of themselves and not have to work, even as an actor, from check to check. So what is the answer? Awareness and self-employment. What are the answers to this problem? Awareness and self-employment. Everybody sings. Everybody dances. Everybody acts. Everybody's dramatic. Everybody models. Listen, you got to have something else going on. That's why I'm so thankful for the Queen of Shade. She's an icon because of this. This ain't it. This ain't it. The reason she's an icon is because she touches this when she speaks to you. And that's a beautiful, beautiful thing. I'm so grateful for that. I've been raising awareness about my boys. It's not just in this country. My black and Latin boys, my black and brown boys are being exploited simply because they are into men. And many others because they have no option but to be into men. Those are the gay for pays. Because the men pay. Men pay. It's so bad out here. And before, nobody was talking about it openly. Nobody was publicly talking about it. I used to know photographers that told me from their mouths that when they booked a model to come and do a shoot, the model thinks they're coming to do a photo shoot. And I had the photographer say, I don't shoot any models that I don't smash. To me, said it to me. And I made a mental note, don't ever send any of my boys to him. It was a him in New York. I am so thankful, even in my career, for the photographers that worked with me. I'm not one of those type of artists that I shoot with all kinds of photographers. I had two. I had Joseph Blue, the box photo in New York City. He was a high fashion photographer in New York City. And then I had Ernest Collins in France. And I had Alan Herman, French, in Paris. Joseph and Ernest are deceased. They're gone. That's how long I worked with them. I was 22 when I met them. And now they're gone. So you can best believe, if I'm not taking my pictures myself, I'm not going to come into your studio so you can take 50 million pictures of me and then charge me for every picture. Some of y'all do that. I'm the type that I'm like, how much is the negatives? That's how I move. That's why I'm queen. How much are the negatives? I need them all. And it's done. I know plenty of Caucasian females that travel with photographers. And yeah, the footage, the negatives, how much? But nonetheless, my boys are being exploited. And nobody's talking about it. Because most of the time, it's happening to them too. It's happening to them too. I want us to live in a world where we all find a way to make ends meet. Where we all find a way to enjoy happiness. Do you know, I'm a happy person. But I've never really been happy yet, and I say yet, in my life. Because I've been facing demons, fighting demons of my past and all kinds of things, my family, for years. But I truly believe my happy moment, my happiest moment is coming. And I just want to encourage you. You know, people say, oh, it's their choice. It's their choice. No, there weren't very many choices. And he has a banging body. Well endowed, great cups in the back. You have to think about that. A man that is willing to go that route, he's not playing. He's not playing. That's why I have so much respect for them. He's not playing. He's serious. He's serious. He knows what he wants, and he's determined to get it, even if he has to give up pieces of himself to do so. I love interviewing you guys that are adult film stars, OF stars, and escorts. I love talking to you guys because your job is to be able to read human behavior. Psychology. When people think that you guys are dumb and dim-witted, I know the contrary. On the contrary, you guys, escorts, OF stars, adult and film entertainers, you guys have to be able to fit into any environment. Which means you got to understand how to play with the elite and everybody else. And you guys do it so well. So allow me to compliment you first, because I'm not going to ever tear you guys down. I know why you do what you do. Many of you have come to my camera and told me. But there are a lot of you that aren't OF stars, adult entertainers, film stars, and escorts. But guess what? You want to know why I keep talking about this? Because a lot of you up and up boys are finding yourselves having to do the same behind closed doors. Your photographers touch you too much. Your booker caresses you too much. Too much. Your lawyer. There's just so much that goes on. And these boys say nothing. They say nothing while it happens, because they believe they're getting a leg up. I want to travel this globe and make sure we're all okay. I want to make sure living conditions are right. I want to make sure schooling is right. I want to make sure there are avenues for you to be able to meet other people like you and socialize and fellowship at the clubs. Yup, I want to make sure that your being gay is no longer looked at as a curse, because it's not. It is a beautiful rite of passage. God himself told me in Paris at 22 years old that I was gay. I had a very averse reaction to it. I was crying and screaming, but I asked him, what am I going to do about this? Because this is bad. This is why I left America. I was homeless in America. This is why I got thrown out, because I'm gay. So now you're telling me that I'm gay? You're telling me that the reason they threw me out was right? What am I going to do? And God said to me, the divine said to me, we'll deal with it. That was in 2005. Guess what? It is 2024. I am 41 years old, soon to be 42. We've never had another conversation about it because there was nothing to discuss. There was nothing to change. There was nothing to discuss. But I keep talking to you guys like this because I want you to understand, you don't know what that brother is doing to get that money. You don't know what he has to do. Everybody, oh, you don't have to make that choice. Look at the statistics. Oh, he didn't have to do that. He could have just got a regular job. Don't go there. Because you got to understand something. You may not be a whore of the flesh, but at your corporate job, they're going to hold you out too. You're going to work all them hours. Yeah, they're going to hold you out. They're going to use you too. They're going to use you too. There is no sure way out except for ownership and self-employment. It takes a long time to establish a reputation with the public so that they know they can trust you. But you might as well start today, because the longer you wait, the longer it takes for you to establish that reputation. I've been publicly singing since I was 10 years old. I know how to use my voice. I know how to sing. I'm 41. Never needed a voice lesson. Okay? My boys everywhere. I think about those in the Dominican Republic. Think about those in Brazil. Think about those in Africa. I read this book one time called Kafer Boy. And that too was about catering, young men catering to older men. And I couldn't remember, I never could get over the part about the Vaseline and them lining up. This world is bad, y'all. But we have to be better. We have to be better. We have to make this world a better place. We now have an opportunity before us to discuss this stuff, to put it on the table, and to talk about it and to come forward. But guess what? I'm going to be out here alone for a long time. Because a lot of my babies, a lot of my boys, this is their livelihood. So they're not going to want to shut down or speak out about their livelihood. They're going to stand in silence. And that's okay. I don't fault them. I don't fault them. If this is the way you make your money so that you can survive, so that you can feel good about yourself, so that you can keep your condos, your apartments, your houses. Do what you got to do. But what I just ask is, when you see other boys come out here that are public with it, don't condemn them, because you're doing the same thing. If you got benefactors and sugar daddies, you're doing the same thing. Doing the same thing. So just don't condemn them because they publicly speak about it. I've been saying that in all my videos. Don't be mad because I asked my hard questions in front of the whole world. And y'all asked them around kitchen tables, or down in the basement with the lights off, or around a campfire. I asked all my questions, hard questions, up front. I looked at everybody and I examined everybody. That's what I do. That's what I do. You don't have to do that. But those of you that know what I'm talking about, know what I'm talking about. I have so many babies that have come to me and they got graduations from top schools, and I'm talking about college. Got bachelors and masters and all this stuff, and they ask me, Queen, how can I set up an OF? Graduating from Ivy League schools because you're black or brown. The degree don't hold the weight. It doesn't hold the weight. Everybody can't work in Atlanta. Everybody can't work in Charlotte. Oversaturation. The companies don't even have to look anymore because they get all these applicants. It's the same way with fame, modeling, all of these things. Once it became publicized, they no longer had to look for talent. All the talent and potential talent came to them. They no longer have to look for anybody. They no longer have to scout anybody, discover anybody. All the talent is singing, trying to get their attention. I don't sing to get their attention. I sing to sing. I'll never sell my catalog. It will be passed through my family from generation to generation. But I just need you guys to know, I got a lot of work ahead of me. And I don't want to do it alone. But guess what? Alone I came in this world. Alone I'm going to leave. So alone I'm going to do this work. But this is the type time I'm going to always be on. I'm not blowing the whistle on anybody. If your hustle is your hustle, that's fine. Just do your hustle and move to the side. But don't criticize him, the guy that does come out about his hustle. Don't criticize him. Because you're doing the same thing over here behind closed doors. I love all of y'all. I got a lot of work to do ahead of me. A lot of work to do. But that's okay, because guess what? I am an ambassador of the divine. God knows. God sees. And my ancestors know. And my ancestors see. And they got me. They got me.
Make sure that you follow the Queen of Shade on all social media platforms. Stay up to date with social media posts, podcast episodes, merchandise drops, and mentoring specials. Serious booking inquiries, use the email provided.